Here we go, guys. Just a quick little video on gold and potential resistance zones, price targets, so on and so forth. Also, we'll take a look at the DXY US dollar currency index. And as you can see, we're in this little price channel. And really, since we broke out, came back, little back test here into the uptrend line, going back to the middle of January, been doing pretty good here. These red candles are just little pause candles, and so we got in, wrote it up. We're basically only been in there about 24 hours. But Sunday evening, when the futures market opens, we'll evaluate it and see how strong or weak gold is, and also what the DXY US dollar currency index is doing, whether or not we cut this trade and go short or just hold and mode and see where we go. What's kind of concerning with me right now is that we're hitting this high pivot, little double top area up here, okay, where that red dashed line is. And 70% of the time, when price hits, a new or tries to make a new all-time high and hitting this double top, it fails. Now, I don't think we're, obviously, I don't think we're going to roll over, come down here past the 20 into the 200 or anything. But, we could get since we're a sort of up over the 20 pretty decently. We could pull down into that bottom uptrend line there, okay? So near term expectations, we come up, possibly retest that 2800. If the bulls aren't there, if, people aren't, coming in, new buyers, so on and so forth, the hold price at that level, then yeah, we'll probably pull back, pull down, and consolidate and see where we go. Now we do have a high pivot here, blue dash line, and as you can see, we couldn't get over it, closed on it, came back, retested, and that could be, a potential safety net support area, but we're so close to price. We'll, see if that actually works out. The next level, uh, if we continue down, kind of hard, would be this high pivot right here, because it kind of matches up as well with this one. So you have a couple of, strong factors, strong safety nets around that 2720 area to help you, okay? And that's what you look for is prices coming down. You always want to look left and see where the previous, let me get my pen out here, the previous, high pivot, ooh, that's red, right here, or even a low pivot, low pivot, high pivot, low pivot. Anyway, you look for those on the way down, and those are potential, support zones, bounce zones, where buyers will come in. And then if those somewhat correlate with like a moving average, fib line, or whatever you decide to use, the more factors, the more things that line up in that area providing, support is going to help, stabilize price, maybe consolidate and then bounce. And of course, you just flip that to the other side regarding, resistance as you're coming up into the market, higher prices. All right, let's take a quick look at, if I can find it, DXY US dollar currency index. And as you can see, boom, we were just talking about that. See this high pivot area over here, that's previous resistance. A lot of times, not all the time, when you come back down into it, it's support, and that's where we are right now. And we came back up, came through. Now, these big red candles here, 60% of the time you have follow through. In other words, they continue to the downside, and that's what we've seen here recently. And then we have one now. So we'll see if we get that reversal, that continuation to the downside. Now, let's see if we can figure out where the next support zone might be should the dollar continue to lower. All right, so the next one would be this little consolidation zone here. See, all that was resistance, 1, 2, 3, and then the fourth day it finally got over it. So that's a location. If that fails, then this little pivot here had a couple of 3 days price action in that zone, came down into this See a little double bottom area. So you got to look at the charts, real closely. Okay. So that's the two main areas. And then what did I leave off? Okay, moving average. Okay, let's see. Now the two strongest, the two best are the 20 and the 200. That's why we have them on here. We don't like cluttering our charts with all these. Oh, okay. No wonder it almost, yeah, it halted pretty good, but we did close just under the 50. Okay. So that's interesting. So we'll see the 100 close to the 200. So that's not going to be any factor, near term. So for Monday, uh, the dollar needs to get back up over that 50, especially, and this high pivot. If not, absolutely, we're going to be pulled down here like a magnet into this little high pivot, previous resistance, possibly support now. This consolidation zone, previous resistance, possibly support. Okay, and we'll see if that holds. And then each time it breaks, we just check, the next location, so on and so forth. Okay, and then the next thing you need to learn is how do you catch bottoms? How do you catch the tops? So on and so forth. People that tell you cannot catch the bottoms, you not catch the tops of markets or an asset. Let's say Apple's going up, it rolls over, catching it, being able to go short, catching that down price action. They're just not honestly skilled in the techniques of chart trading. Okay, those markets never, like crash. You always hear people go, "Oh, the market's crashed." Well, they didn't know what to look for to see the cracks in the dam before it broke. Okay, you can always see evidence of, a weak market, a weak asset on the chart by simply, looking at that chart and knowing how to set things up. Okay, and right through here, that trend line, and then number two, little topping tail up here, and then the previous, this candle here, red candle took out the previous two candles, and you're at the top of a huge run up. So yeah, you need to pull back, okay? And then obviously this big red candle there, taking out, the 20, breaking the trend line, so on and so forth, okay? So yeah, and I'm just using it as an analogy for anything, an altcoin, Bitcoin, gold, silver, any stocks, whatever. You can come very close to picking the tops and the bottoms and how things work, which, it takes a little bit of practice and having a, mentor, somebody to show you how to do that. But guys, appreciate you watching, and we will see you on the charts.